continuing one of the sets that I showed you in my Christmas haul. I'm going to link that in the description below if you want to check that out. If you haven't seen it already, then you can go ahead and check that out. But here is the biggest set I own. And let me just pop it in there. Avengers Infinity War Sanctum Sanctorum Showdown. 1,004 pieces. This is huge. The box is enormous. Just huge. Like, look at this. It's so thick, too. Huge. Like I said, it's 1,004 pieces. 5 minifigures. Huge set. Enormous. Like, I could barely fit this on screen without getting my lighting in it. I may have already got it, my lighting in it. But, wow, enormous set. And just, each action size is just huge. Like, huge. But, we can see some of the actions here. We got, turn the knob, out goes the window. And push Spider-Man off the roof, knock out that window. The trap door, that looks awesome. You can also pull Spider-Man back up. And another knockout window. This set is riddled with knockout windows. Like, I haven't even opened it, and I already know about 3. I hope that's all of them, but, oh, the lighting. Yeah, let's get this open and built. So before we get into it, I wanted to talk a little bit about what was inside the box. Other than the 8 bags of set, which is normal, we got this thick instruction booklet. Like, this is very thick, full of, this is so thick. I don't know if you can see, yeah, there, now you can see. So, this is extremely thick, over 219 pages, I think is the total number. And you can just see, it is enormous. So much in there. And let's see. There is a chart in the back which shows you all the Infinity Stones, where they go on the gauntlet, and just what sets they come in. An ad for the Infinity War sets, which of course only comes with these 3, which are actually my least favorite 3 sets of the Infinity War group. And there's the piece count in the back, like any other instruction booklet, which you can see there's, again, like I said earlier, there's over 1,004 pieces. So it's a lot of pieces there. And just more advertisements on the back. But the instruction booklet came inside of this little shrink-wrapped paper, and there are 2 sheets of stickers, actually. If I move this, there are 2 sheets of stickers. We got the big main one, and then we have this other little one, which that's a lot of stickers. I think the final number of stickers is 22 stickers, and that's just, you know, there's actually more than that because there's 2 19s and 3 11s. But yeah, that is a lot of stickers. You can see most of these throughout the set as we go along. This set is completely built up. I can barely get it on my screen, and it is enormous. This took me a long time to build, actually, and geez, it is enormous. Again, this is the biggest set I've ever owned. It beats out the Hogwarts Great Hall even, which, as you saw, I received for Christmas, if you've watched my Christmas haul video. But, yeah, this has way more pieces. A lot of them are small pieces. It's huge. And it has 5 figures. It's kind of disappointing. I wish it had come with at least a Wong, if not a Bruce Banner figure. And we've not gotten a Peter Parker minifigure still. And seeing as his apartment is involved in this, it would have been very nice to include him in this set. But what we did get was very nice, and we are going to have a look at that now. So the first figure is Doctor Strange, which is a very nice update from the old one, which is right here. As you can see, there's not a lot of difference between them except the main difference, which is the hair. The hair on the old one is not very nice looking. It's the Sinestro hair, which is not great. Most of the minifigures that have this hair do not need this hair. This hair looks odd on a lot of characters. But on Doctor Strange, it was just a little too much. This is not the hair we want for Doctor Strange at all. This one, however, is the Bruce Wayne hair with white marks. I'm going to go ahead and take him away there. And it is a much better hair. Much better. Another notable change is the accessories on this one. This one has the new 2018 Power Bursts. This one has these cool printed discs here, which are awesome, and I wish those came in this set too, but these are a great substitute. Another difference is actually the capes. The old one here is a one-piece cape, which this is what I think is the better cape. It is the older fabric, which is very nice because it does not tear around the neck when you play with it too much. These are meant for play, and the fabric, the new fabric, tears around the neck if you play with it too much. The new one is two-piece. Not only that, but it's two separate fabrics. We have this neck piece here and this piece here. This one is the old fabric and this one is the new one. Like I said earlier, I don't like the new stuff because it tears around the neck if you play with it too much. And you have to kind of leave the head levitated above the cape if you don't want to destroy the cape. And I just don't like these capes at all. And this one, I don't know why it's a two-piece cape. Why did you downgrade from this beautiful one-piece cape to this horrid two-piece cape? I mean, come on, Lego. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Just, that really, really bugs me. Really bugs me. I mean, with the old one, you could, like, play with it as the Cloak of Levitation. The cloak is almost like character. If you just put it on like that and take it off Doctor Strange, you can actually use it as the cloak itself. Whereas this new two-piece one, you've got cape and mini cape. Good luck holding those together. I mean, this is just much better for play. Why did they change it? Why did they come out with a new two-piece cape? It was a stupid idea. Stupid idea. So we'll have a look at his accessories in a minute. But now that I'm done ranting about the cape change, we're going to have a look at the minifigure. So the torso, legs, and head are the same as the old one, which is just pretty basic, but it looks nice. Same as the old one, there's very, very detailed and nice-looking printing on the figure. We have the Eye of Agamotto there, which actually holds the Time Stone inside of it. And just very nice printing. If we come around back and we flip open this horrid cape that I hate, we can see there's more back printing, which is still very detailed on the back. I really like the belt, which continues down on the legs. It just gives it a very nice look. There's good printing up around the neck, and the head is two-sided. We already saw the other side earlier when I was showing you, and there it is, the much more angry expression. And we have already talked about his new hair, which is printed very nicely with the white marks. So overall, this minifigure looks great. Now, as for the accessories, we have the new 2018 Power Burst pieces in orange, which just work through this two-piece build that they put on the minifigure. You put that in his hands. Then you have a large assortment of parts that you can stick into both of these. So if we stick these in his hand, we have these larger shield pieces that clip in. We have mini blasts. There are two of these to each figure that go right in. Let's see. We also have these repulsor pieces. Again, there's two of these in a set. And the larger blast, which is basically the same as the smaller one, only a bigger size. And all of these easily fit right into the figure's clips. Here, the two-piece clips I showed you earlier. And you just have a large assortment. And if you take these off, we also have these pieces here, which I'm not exactly sure what these are meant to be. But they look very cool, and they're very nice for decorating with, and it just looks very nice overall. And these new pieces are a great inclusion to this set for Doctor Strange, and a great inclusion in many other sets on many other characters. I can't wait to see these more. A good figure who could use these would be Scarlet Witch if you had pink ones, which I know some people, specifically some person I know, would really like to see these in pink. So that would be great to get on a Scarlet Witch minifigure, but that is our Doctor Strange with a bunch of accessories. So here's Spider-Man, and he's in the Iron Spider suit, which we saw in Infinity War. And so this is actually a really cool minifigure to get in this set. And as you can see, he has this big backpack here with the 4 moving golden arms. They each move completely individually. He also is equipped with the 2017 Power Blast, which if you watch my Detroit Steel Strikes video, which I'll link in the description below, you can see me trying to fire these at villains and failing miserably. So these do not work very well. The legs are not dual molded legs like most other Spider-Mans, which I'm actually kind of disappointed about. It looks a lot better if they're dual molded. But we do get some pretty nice printing on them there, and some nice printing on the side of the arms. But as you can see, there's too much red on the legs. It looks a little odd from some angles. It just looks weird. But the torso is printed with all the gold and blue for the spider, and just the red Spider-Man printing. Very detailed there. The head, however, is not very detailed. I find that a lot of the figures in this set have some kind of a downfall to them. They're awesome figures, but they all have something wrong. This minifigure has the same head as the Homecoming Spider-Man. I guess it works, but I honestly wanted a new head, like the shiny, darker red of the Spider-Man suit in Infinity War, the Iron Spider, and the shiny blue eyes. Like, this just has the white eyes. And just like, I feel like they could have printed a new head. It would have been a lot better for this figure. But beyond that, this is a pretty sweet figure. As you can see, the backpack is just the Outrider piece with different attachments. And when that's not on there, there is more printing around the back, which has just more Spider-Man spider printing on it. So you can just like see a full rotation of the figure. Right there. And that's about it for the Iron Spider figure. Overall, it's a good figure. Just wish there was dual molded legs and a nicer head. So Ebony Maw takes the cake as the worst minifigure in this set. The torso and legs are beautifully printed. They're so detailed. They look so nice. But the head just, it takes the whole minifigure and just brings it down. The head is, not only are they not using a studless head here, but it is horribly printed. It just does not look right at all. If they had just made a studless head for this minifigure, that would be perfect. That would be amazing. It looked great. I hate that the superheroes minifigures are constantly using just bald heads printed for minifigures like Captain America. I mean, I think the only studless head minifigure they've really ever done is Groot and Rocket. And like, they won't put a helmet on Captain America, and they just can't make a mold for Ebony Maw. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, the head looks horrible. If you take off the head and you just imagine a better studless head on here, this would look amazing. Like, I mean, look at that torso printing. Look at that. Look at the leg printing. That is fantastic. They spent a lot of time designing this. The head just, not only is it not a studless head, but it just has trashy printing. It just doesn't look right. It just makes the whole minifigure look weird and just badly printed. It just, I'm not impressed. I really, really, really wish LEGO had changed this about the minifigure. Just really bugs me. beyond that, I mean, this is a great minifigure. It's a great character in the movie. Lots of detailed printing. There is some nicer printing on the head, but it just, I don't know, it just doesn't look very right. It just doesn't look like Ebony Maw. It looks weird. And, I mean, the legs, I mean, if you look at those, they're black with the gray hip, and they're printed to match the torso. And they just look so realistic. And his accessory is this clear yellow Power Blast piece right here. He has 2 of them. But again, if you want to see me failing, I'm not going to do it again. If you want to see me failing, then please go check out my Detroit Steel Strikes review if you wish to see that. But yeah, I guess that's Ebony Maw. Just very disappointing about the head. But beyond that, great figure. I'm going to have to say, if I was going to rate this figure, it'd probably be a 2 or a 3 out of 5. I can't give it any higher than that because of that head. Just change the head, Lego. Next up is Iron Man Mark 50. This is the Infinity War suit. This is the Nanotech Iron Man suit, which this is one of the best figures of the set. I can't find really anything wrong with this figure. I mean, yeah, there's no sidearm printing, but most of the Iron Mans don't have that, and I don't really mind that all that much. I'm not a huge fan of sidearm printing as it is. It's nice to get, but I don't really care if we don't include it. So he is also equipped with the power burst, just like Doctor Strange, and we have all the same equipment, but the mini ones are used down below for this jet thruster. And I'm going to go ahead and take these out of his hands. It's very detailed printing on him, very detailed. It looks very nice with just the gold and the silver, and it reminds me of Mark 50. It actually reminds me of Mark 50. And this helmet is generally the same as the other helmets, but it's actually not. I don't know if you can tell, bring it in a little closer, but there are actually blue eyes. The eyes are actually blue. Most of the Iron Mans have just white eyes, clear eyes, something like that, you know. These are actually blue, and that is awesome. I really like that. That turned out great. And just there's a difference in printing up at the top, and if you open it up, we have a new Tony Stark head. Finally. We finally have a new Tony Stark head. This is fantastic. I mean, we've had that same head. It's a great head, but we just got so much. We had too much. But if we twist it around, he has the blue computer screen face, which looks great with that helmet on. This is compliments to Lego for this. Like, this is thank you, Lego. This is amazing. I'm very happy with this head and how it turned out. That change is fantastic. Fantastic. The legs printing actually does continue the torso printing, and there's more around back for the torso. And just wow. And if we take off Iron Man, we have this little build here, which is basically just, you've got a couple studs attached to this bracket piece here, which holds onto the blasts, and Iron Man just goes on the top there. And I've hooked up another one of these brackets to the stand just to get him to stand. It's kind of annoying because if you want him to be flying in a room or something, the older one you could do that, the newer one you can't. But it just makes it look so good though. I can't complain about that. I really just can't. He looks just so good. This minifigure is amazing, just amazing. Much, much, much better than the other ones. The final figure in our set is our big fig, which is called Obsidian, and he's a very nicely molded minifigure. This looks like Cole Obsidian. It's kind of underprinted, but that doesn't... He still looks nice, and since we've had so many other bad figures in this set, just reasons for them to not be great figures. We've got a bad head for Spider-Man and no dual molded legs, and a horrid head for Ebony Maw. But aside from those, this is a nice figure. Yeah, like I said, he's kind of underprinted. There should be more printing on his face. But he has some nice printing on the torso. And so, he's a great figure. It's just, in general, he's a basic big fig. He has the basic arms in sand yellow. which is also a beige-ish color. We take those out, you can see the torso mold, which is just basically the same. There's no toe printing because he's not barefooted like the Hulk, but he also has a new mold for his head up there and the shoulder pad that we have there. That's actually pretty cool. I originally thought that was part of one of the arms, but it's actually part of the shoulder, which makes it look a lot cooler for posing. And if you pop the arms right back in. He's equipped with his hammer chains, hammers linked by the chain. And as you can see, both of them are exactly the same. They just are connected by this long dark gray chain here. And it's just a pretty great figure all in all. I mean, I don't really have anything to complain about. He looks great. The yellow eye printing is awesome. I wish there was a little more printing on the face, but it's nothing to really complain about. But yeah, that is Call Obsidian. Sanctum is the only build of this set, and we're going to go ahead and have a quick look at each room and action of this set. First, we have this little pop-out portion of the Sanctum, which is just kind of a New York street corner, which has some pretty nice details here. We've got a couple of boxes stacked here, and this one is detailed to look like it's been roughly closed. And it just kind of sits on top of there. There's a web hanging here, which is movable when it is separated. And on that is Peter Parker's phone, which he has webbed up for the fight. On the left of the boxes, we have this little newsstand. And as you can see, there is like a little headline sticker there. And inside we get 3 of these little newspaper tiles, which is actually pretty cool to get. It's a nice touch. Nice little extra for the set. On the other side, there's a trash can, which is just a basic green trash can. On the side of it is just this uneaten piece of pizza, and inside we get just a small white bone piece. Nothing new. As you can see, if you flip it around into one box, is put these 2 pins so that it easily connects to the Sanctum on this side, which creates kind of a corner effect when it's open, like this. As you can see right there, and there is our little corner section. So on the first floor of the exterior of the New York apartment, we have this little restaurant here, which is a very nice inclusion. It just kind of gives it kind of a New York effect. As you can see, it lines up with the corner over there that we already saw. This is on a bigger plate than the rest of the set, and there's just some nice little tiles there. There's this door, which a sticker open sign is stickered on the front. Yeah. Some ventilation up there. These very nice tall pieces with the kind of the grill in the middle there. Looks very nice. We also have the fire escape, which there are 2 levels of that. There's another one up there. And this has a moving ladder, and it can just fold up like that, and it can be folded right back down. So this is just very nicely detailed on the exterior. As you can see, there's this little button here, this red button. And when you push in on that, out will pop the Pepe's Pizza sign, which, as you can probably see, is a sticker. Just a sticker. It's not printed or anything. It's just a sticker. There's like no printed pieces in this set at all. It's all stickers. And there's just these nice tile design up there. Red and white and red, green. Not red and red. And that should just pop right in there. But anyway, that's about it for the front. Let's turn around. On the side, we have this cool sticker. It says Web Design Classes, and there's a little Spidey on there. It says Liz down below. We come around to the inside. You can see the inside of the pizza shop. It's just a tiny little New York shop. And there's just some cool designs and stuff in here. On this side, we have a little fire extinguisher and a stickered menu up there. There's a pizza sitting next to this cash register and just this little thing over there. Not really sure what that is. This is just a pizza oven, and there's just an oar piece like what's in the Moana set to represent the paddle to stick the pizza in the oven. And the pizza, if we take it off, hang on. There. Okay, sorry about that. It just fits right inside there. This is a very cramped little pizza place. It's kind of hard to maneuver around. There are no figures specifically for the place. There is no restaurant, chef or anything. It's just kind of there. And as you can see, the lever from the outside actually works because when you push in on it, it pushes on this gray part here, which pushes on the window, which is how we get the effect that we're able to push in from the front and it pops out the opposite direction, like that. So this pushes, see, this is just loosely there, and when you push on it, it knocks out and pushes out the side of the window, which is actually a pretty cool effect. I actually really like that. It's really nicely done. Right there. So that's the first floor Pepe's Pizza restaurant, which is just a nice inclusion overall and a great little portion of this set. So the second and third floor on this side of the build are generally the same. We have this second floor of the fire escape there, and you can see the web dangling there. There's also this, which I will show off in a minute, but other than that, it's just all the same basic outside design with the bricks and the windows, and if you open it around the side, it's just the same on both. There's a web sticker there and an actual web piece here. So we're going to move to the inside just because really quick so you can see what's going on in there. We have on this side of the second floor, we have Peter's desk, which has a nice stickered piece of this Spider-Man drawing of his homemade suit. There's this cool microscope piece there and a computer, a jar, and a nice little continuum to the Spider-Man Homecoming movie is that it does come with the glowy thingy. I believe that's what it's called. From the movie, sitting on his desk there. Just some stacked books, just in Peter's room. Shows that he's kind of messy. On the other side, we just have two boxes. One of them is stickered Pete's stuff. And that's just about it. On the third floor, we have Peter's bed over here, and just in more messiness, there's another slice of pizza there. This side's completely empty. It's a trapdoor effect, which we saw in the box, so if you flip around to the front, you can see there's another one of those red knobs right here beside the fire escape, and when you pull on that, it knocks the trapdoor down. So this is a cool action right here. It's actually a really cool effect there. Although I wish it was used, I really wish there was a Peter Parker minifigure, so you can put the Iron Spider suit, you can lay that on the trapdoor so that you kind of get the effect that we saw in Civil War with the roof, and when he knocks it, it just kind of falls down and he can put it on the suit. That would be a really cool inclusion. And if they didn't do that, just some more boxes sitting there that knock down in some kind of explosion or something, that would also be something really cool. One thing I also find about this trapdoor is it often just gets stuck and like you'll pull the lever out and it doesn't go down at all. Or you can just push it up and it stays up just fine. It doesn't always work, but it's still very nice and great inclusion for the set. And if we move around here, you can see the web I showed you a minute ago. Well, when we push down on that, there's another knockout window. This is probably one of my favorite knockout windows in the set, besides Pepe's Pizza one, because it's just a basic one, but it's easy to activate over and over again, and you just load the window back in there fairly easily. It's a cool action. As you can see, the window does show into Peter's bed. I guess the entire thing really is Peter's bedroom, but that is Peter's bed right there. But yeah, if we move up, the camera's getting shaky because I don't have anything to stand it on anymore. And the lighting is getting dimmer because this sanctum is extremely tall. But yeah, as you can see up here, we just have this like little water tower, and there's a lever here, which I'm going to show that off later. For now, we're just going to look at this. As you can see, there's a spider web that connects and goes around the front. And that's about it for that side. So if we move back down, and on the front of the other side, we have the actual sanctum, which this is a very detailed, intricate build. This was very much fun to build, especially down here with all these tiles and up there. There's just so much detail on here. And it really looks like the Sanctum Sanctorum that belongs to Doctor Strange. And I don't know if you can see, there's kind of shade, but the door is stickered with this 177A sticker here. And I forgot to mention, around on the other side of the sanctum, there is a Bleecker Street tile. Like I said, there's like no printing on this, it's all stickers, so that is a sticker. Both of those are stickers. I found the 177A one to be awfully hard to stick on straight. It just, so it annoys me that there's so many stickers in this set, just kind of really annoying. But anyway, there is a lot of cool effects here, like with the slopes there and the steps over there, and just all this intricate designing here. And on the side, there's a sticker here, just some nice stickering. If we move up to the second floor, it's more intricate design. This was fun to build because it kind of just rests on a center stud piece there, so that the arch goes over the overlapping piece in there. I can kind of show that off if we look at that, but not right now. If I show it off, I'll show it off later in the video. Just these little details on here. It just looks so great. And these 4 pillars, and there's some clip action just to give it some detail. And the third floor has the sanctum window, which is much better than the one that we got in the 2016 set for the Doctor Strange set, which was just a bunch of large knives clipped together and just didn't look right. This one, if we can get the lighting right, is actually printed. It's the only printed piece in the set, I think, to have the emblem printed on it, so that it actually looks like the emblem. And it's a great printed piece. And this is all circular right here, and the entire thing just, it's not really supposed to lift up for, it's not an action or anything, but it does. It is just clipped on by a couple of clips, and the entire roofing lifts up, and right there. And you can see, sorry about that. You can see that this is just a normal lid piece, just clipped on there upright, and then these all close on around it to give it a nice effect. And I really love that they do that with the clips to give it the angular effect. And these are built upright so that it just looks so great. It looks realistic. This is very, very well designed. I think that this is an amazing design. So, really, really great. Just, oh, this is so neatly designed. Like, just looks so good. I hope whoever designed this set is watching this video, because I really appreciate their work. This set looks amazing. Thank you. Just this chimney effect up there. 6 little cylinders. This was a lot of fun to build too. Like, it wasn't even like a boring build, like the Hogwarts Great Hall kind of was. But you know, this was so much fun. And if we look at the inside, in there on the bottom floor, it looks a little bland in there, but it's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it. I actually really like that chair design. That's something new. Built the chair piece into a sofa, which is pretty neat in that color even. We have an axe here and a golden sword, and the same lamp that we saw in the Sanctum set, but on a box. And it's very nicely designed. The second floor is also very nice. And I think that's kind of weird. We got this sticker here, which this and this are both also down here on this sticker. It's weird. I don't know what that's all about, but ST110 and whoever that is. There's also like a DVD player up there, some kind of radio or something. There's a bookshelf on this side and some books on the floor, and there's also this chest here. Inside there, we just get a couple of knives, just like Drex's knives. Yeah, this is pretty basic. It's a nice dark brown chest, very nice to get here. And as you can see that archway thing I was talking about earlier with this inverted tile there. And there's just this golden trophy up there on that side. And there's a lever here, which is our third knockout window. This is the hardest one to activate because it's just right up against the wall. And you've got to get it as best as you can. And when you turn it this way, it knocks out the window over here on the side, just like that. And as you can see inside of that, this is the way to access the Infinity Stone for the set, which is the Time Stone. Which, unlike the other stones, is not connected to a gold piece, but a clear one. Not sure why that is exactly, but this, yeah, it's just like all the other stones. It's green. It's the Time Stone. I'm going to load the window back in really quick. Which, again, just like the other ones, it just pops in easily and pops out easy. And it's pretty simple. And if we move back inside to the second floor, there is a spear here and a stick there. And, alright, up we go. To the third floor. This is very nicely detailed. I really like this. We have two little envelope stickers down there on the floor, just kind of a cluttered mess. Two bookshelves. Bookshelf here with a skull head there, and a bookshelf over here with a couple of glasses in there. I don't know if you can see. My lighting is not liking this set just because of how hard it is to get it to shine right. I need to get better lighting, but anyway, we have more books up on the desk, and this torch, which is just like what we saw in the Sanctum Sanctorum set from 2016. And you can see the window there, and it just looks altogether very nice. Put Dr. Strange at the desk, we can see him through the window, which just looks pretty realistic there. I actually really like how that turned out. So the final action is with the water tower at the top. And, hang on, let me set this up. Okay. So you can see it. And when you rotate the tower, which is completely rotatable, it winds up the web, the spider web. So you can wind that up completely by rotating it around and around. Okay, that's good and rotated. And if we lower this down a little bit, you can see this hunking, weird-looking thing there. And if we put Spider-Man on that foot bracket, and we can hook up the end of the web to his arm, like that, we can push the lever we saw earlier and push Spider-Man off. And once you've done that, Spider-Man tends to get stuck, but sometimes it works, and he slowly will rotate down. He'll slowly rotate the rope out of the water tower until he hits the ground. And the other action you can do is that you can rotate the water tower to bring Spidey back up. He's down there. Here he comes. So when you rotate the water tower the opposite direction, it will draw the rope right back in. So you can put Spidey back on the pedestal and push him off again if he'll actually go. And there's the whole thing. I don't know, this is a huge set and definitely worth $100, especially for over 1,000 pieces and a fun build. So this is a great set to get. If you are considering getting it, I would, yes, get it. It is worth every dollar. And anybody else, I would totally recommend this set. It's great. It's a fantastic set. Great for play, great for display. And that's it. It's fantastic. I'm going to rate it a 5 out of 5 for sure. Definitely worth every dollar spent. Definitely. It's a great set. A great and amazing set. Fantastic. So that is all for that set for today. So that's all I've got for you. Again, it was a great set, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you come back for more. And don't forget to subscribe, like the video, comment down below, tell me what you thought of the set. Tell me if you have it, what you think of it, and if you don't have it, tell me if you're going to buy it or not. And if not, then what sets are you going to buy? So I'm really interested to hear from you guys. I love reading the comments that we get, and I really appreciate you guys. So if you haven't already, then subscribe and just keep on watching, and we'll be back in a jiffy.